Hi, and welcome back to BeanTalk. Today we have Martin here with us again. Martin, again, thank you very much for coming by.
Thank you,
for
Max.
staying
Yeah.
in this case.
Thank you for the invitation again, and looking forward to our talk.
And last time you already talked a little bit about your trip that you took to Guatemala to source coffee and visit the farm. And so I'd like to talk with you about that, about this experience. So if you just want to go ahead.
I mean, if you have the chance and you're working with coffee and you have the passion for coffee, and it's a completely different feeling if you see a video or whatever in here, or you go just directly to the origin and see what's happening there, because you get a completely different view on the products, on the coffee themselves, on the work behind, and what's happening, and how much passion and love they put into your coffee. And then I think, as you know, it was my second time I've been at the origin, and again, it's like you see completely new things, and you also appreciate it even more when you right now brew a coffee, because you know what work is behind, and it's just a great experience to just stand on the coffee field and also pick the coffee and you eat it, and it's super sweet and the sun is shining. So just a really beautiful experience, and I can recommend it to everyone who is into coffee, or even if you're not into the coffee. If you are in countries where coffee is growing, just give it a try. Go to a farm and you will enjoy your coffee completely different afterwards, I can promise.
Sure. I can imagine. Only was it a coffee farm in Thailand for 2 days, and also for me it opened my eyes to kind of see what goes into the production of coffee and planting, harvesting and everything.
There's so much human power behind also picking, and it's stressful, and there's so many steps you need to do before the coffee gets into the container and shipped to us. And it's such, I mean, you can't get the feeling if you're reading books or watching videos. For sure, you'll learn different things right now, but if you're standing there, you have a completely different view on the product. So, to sum up, I can recommend it to everyone if you have the chance. Just do it.
And so, what actually brought you there? What was your goal or mission? Why did you go to Guatemala?
Our philosophy at Öfferl is that we want to work with partners and coffee farms and people where we're sharing the same philosophy behind. Where we know the people, where we know the faces, where we know how they are working, and where we know, they put love in, they have a really good way how they handle with also the employees at the farm. They're don't adding any chemical stuff. They're growing. Also like to see how they appreciate the quality and what they're doing at the farm. And our idea was to get a face behind the product and just go there and go to maybe from partnership to friendship and to know the people.
It's amazing.
And also, like as you said, to source some coffee because right now it's the harvest season. So, and we've been 5 days at the Finca Santa Isabel in Guatemala. So it's in Santa Rosa. It's a small village called Pablo Nuevavinas. And we visited Alex and Martin. And this is also the farm where my competition coffee for the Brewers Cup was from. And it's a really unique farm as well, because it's the biggest biodynamic farm worldwide. So to explain maybe that, biodynamic means it's a completely closed circle between human being, animals and plants. So the farmer's idea is that you don't get anything from not directly from the farm, bring it in. That means the farm is working for themselves. You know? You get a compost from the sheep, they're just running around through the coffee fields, and you make compost out of it. And if you plant completely new coffee, if you plant the coffee plants, you're adding the compost. And also, so to get a good balance between human being, animals and plants, and also like the whole balance of the coffee farm, it strengthens itself from year over year, And that's really amazing to see that. I mean, there are more than 2,000 sheep running around in coffee fields, and it doesn't feel like a strict plantation, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's what we want also to learn about that, about the biodynamic coffee farming.
Yeah.
It's something new as well.
Yeah, sounds like ideally sustainable compared to other kinds of farming. Like if you look at like huge plantations where there's just like coffee tree next to coffee tree, it's where you need a lot of fertilizer for it to grow properly.
It is. It doesn't feel, as I said, it don't have the feeling when you enter the farm and you're just standing in between the coffee plants. You don't have the feeling that you are right now at the plantation.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of trees everywhere. It's super loud because of all the insects and the birds running around and flying around, and there's life happening there. You know, there are sheep, there are bees. You know, they're making their own honey, they're making their own tea, and it's super crazy. And when you just look at the bottom of the plants, you see that there is grass growing and other plants as well. And if you would add chemicals to strengthen the plants, the grass would die and there would be just a really dry earth and the soil would be really destroyed. And the idea is to don't add any chemicals, to get the soil even more healthful and more minerals into it. And so it's a really unique coffee farm, and we had the chance to just stay there for 5 days and to learn every step. So we picked our own coffee. It's super hard.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
I mean, they're pickers, they're super fast, and I think the record is 66,000 cherries a day.
Wow.
And they're super fast and just picking the perfect coffee cherries.
Yeah.
And I was standing there at the plants and picked my own coffee, and I was standing there for half an hour and I was looking at, I don't know, there were some maybe 100 cherries. And afterwards the worker came and said, okay, this is not ripe, this is not ripe, this is not ripe. And it's really hard work happening there.
Yeah. Maybe what's interesting for the people watching, what's special about the coffee plant or the cherries is that if you have like a twig full of coffee cherries, they don't have all to be the same ripeness.
No, it's like, you know, at the apple tree or cherry tree in here, there is no time where every cherry is completely ripe.
Yeah.
As we can look at see it in here, perfect example. You have orange, green, red, and so you should just pick the completely ripe one, but you leave the unripe on the plants.
Okay.
And 7 days later, example at this farm, they pick again, just the completely ripe one.
Yeah.
But the unripe will stay again at the plant, and 7 days afterwards they will pick again and again and again and again.
Wow.
So last year they picked 6 picking picking times, and they picked 6 times on one plant.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How much effort goes into that?
Yeah, to just get the perfect ripe coffee cherry. And I mean, you can taste it, and it tastes different, and it's a different kind of quality, for sure, in your cup of coffee. Yeah. But there is a lot of work behind, and if you just did it once, you know it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we also wash the coffee and we put it through the washing stations, and we put it on the African beds, and we did the milling as well, the selection, and nearly everything you're doing at the coffee farm.
Wow.
And just to get the learnings. And we also prepared the biodynamic things, you know, the preparations you put back to the compost.
Yeah.
And so it was really interesting for us to get the learning.
Yeah, I saw the video where you had like this big
bowls,
and you had to stir it or something?
Stir it for 1 hour.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And then you spray it over the coffee plants.
Okay.
And they're doing it at least twice a year for the whole farm. And that means
it's a lot of stirring.
5 days. They're just bringing the preparations back to the plants. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's great to be there, and you think about pricing, you think about how much effort and work is behind the coffee.
Yeah.
And also, like, you have to bring this knowledge to the customers.
Yeah.
That they have the feeling what is behind the coffee. Why there are different coffees with different qualities, different pricings.
Yeah.
And you have, I think it's also our thing, what we have to do, what you are doing with BeanTalk.
Yeah.
You open it for customers.
Yeah.
And you bring the knowledge to them, that the people get answers to tons of questions they have. So,
which brings me to my next question. Now we want to talk a little bit about coffee pricing, because there's in the news, even in Wall Street Journal, you read coffee prices are super high, meaning, I don't know, I think it's like €3 a kilo or something, which is still nothing, if you'd ask me. So what do you think about this? Now that you've experienced the hard work that's behind producing coffee.
Yeah, I mean, what about the topic pricing, you have to think about really a lot of different things at the pricing. I mean, right now it's difficult time for everything what gets shipped because of container pricings, because of that they don't have access to the containers. So there are countries where you have coffee and you're not able to ship it because there are no containers. And they don't have the money to get an empty container to the countries. So, but I think the most important is that there should be a good price that pays off for all the effort they put in. But as you said, €3 a kilo, when you think about that the supermarket, or I don't know, I think it's a long time I bought a kilo of coffee at a supermarket, but if you get a pricing, then you think about, okay, how much pricing the supermarket will get?
Yeah.
How much pricing the branding, you know?
Yeah.
The transport, all the shipping is what is behind. You know, there's a green coffee bean trader, importer, who gets also his money. And then you come back to the farmers and to the employees, and from the piece, there's just a little percentage what will get the farmer. And with €3 a kilo,
there's not a lot left.
It's not, and I mean, you also have to compare qualities. Coffee quality is not coffee quality. There is a big difference between high quality coffee or just, you know,
poor
industrial poor quality maybe. And but it's, I think the best way is to don't buy over the market price, but to just buy directly from the farms. And to go there and see how they're working, and to pay a really good price for them what they are doing. And sure, I mean, it's a higher price. It's more than the double what you said, or even more. But then you know the quality is fine. You get a really high quality. The employees get a fair price for what kind of work they're doing, and they can live from that money. And they can also grow at the farm. They can stay and also like to bring new young people back to farmers. Because right now, it's, I mean, if you have access to universities and maybe a lot, also at origins, a lot of people, young people will leave to the cities, to different countries to get to the university and learn something else. And there's no motivation for them to get a coffee farmer. Because the money is, that's not the thing why you want to stay. But if you have access to more money, then sure, they get motivated to bring out a good quality and to share it.
Maybe also work more sustainable, like in this case in Guatemala.
Sure. I mean, you can't treat the nature like you want. If you destroy the soil with chemicals, I mean, that doesn't make sense on the long term. Maybe you get more volume in the short term, but you will destroy everything what you want.
Next generations,
That doesn't make sense. And that was also the feeling I get, because we were not even just at one farm. We visit different other farms in Guatemala and El Salvador as well. And right now the farmers think to get organic, to just work with organic products again, and because they know that they are destroying the soil. And if the soil don't have minerals, the minerals will not go into the coffee cherries. You know? and then you don't have the high quality, and then you can't, with a lower quality, you can't get a good price, and so on and so on. And, but it's not that easy to just switch from a, how would I say?
Like an industrial
farm to organic farm.
Yeah.
This needs a lot of time. I talked with one and he said, he started right now to make it because it's the farm from his father and he get into that. Okay. So there's also like a generation conflict, I would say. Yeah. But he started to do that. Yeah. And it needs at least 3 to 4 years to bring everything to organic. Yeah. So. And also a lot of knowledge probably. For sure. You have to give it a try. Which varieties are growing. I mean, what we also saw is the impact or the influence from the climate change. There's leaf rust coming to different areas because it's getting warmer and warmer, and now leaf rust attacks the coffee plant. Yeah, and that's also really big part where you have to discuss or to think about how you will react on that, because you're losing a lot of volume and production through that. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how that is going to develop in the future, and maybe also how you could maybe bring different varieties. Yeah, right now everyone is trying completely new varieties. Yeah. You know, they're making hybrids from Arabica and Robusta. Yeah. And I mean, there are a lot of hybrids. And I think I cupped also some hybrids of them. Okay. And I think from the tasting, you don't have the idea that this is Robusta. But if you're watching the coffee plant, it grows like a Robusta. But they're more, they don't have the reaction from the leaf rust, so they're more stable. Yeah. And right now also the farmers are sharing varieties and the seeds. So in Guatemala and El Salvador, they're growing SL28 from Kenya. They will bring some coffee from Costa Rica. They will get some coffee from India. Yeah. And they just give it a try. Yeah, and to see what happens and how the coffee plant will react at this altitude with this kind of soil. I guess at this point it's just trial and error. It is, but it's nice. And we also visited El Salvador, so our partner Wölfl, and we got surprised from Eric. And Eric is a coffee farmer. So Eric is an American, but he is working in Rwanda. Oh, wow. And he was coming from the States where he's living right now. Yeah. So during the harvest he's in Rwanda, and right now he's coming from the States to Guatemala, and we also have the coffee from him. And he was in El Salvador just to get, to network and to get in touch and to share also seeds. So he will bring the seeds to Rwanda and give it a try. What's happening? Take some home. Yeah. And just plant it, and then we will see how the plant will react and how it will taste, and will it be able to grow at least. Yeah, it's amazing. So there's a lot of work behind the coffee, and a lot of things are changing also with the climate. But it's also nice to see that people come together and share their seeds, exchange them. Exchange, and also like to network, to learn from each other, and to go hand in hand. It's not just about one farmer, you have to learn from everyone and get connected, and sharing the knowledge from different farmers, different origins, different countries. Yeah. That's important, and I think that's a good movement. But you have to react on different problems and challenges you have right now. So, as I said, climate change and so have a big impact right now. Maybe, how do you think we as an end consumer, for example, not necessarily as a roaster, but the end consumer that goes into coffee shops or buys coffee beans somewhere, how should they maybe develop or adapt, in your opinion? The first thing is ask a lot of questions. Yeah. So challenge the company where you get the coffee. Yeah. I mean, do they know where the coffee is from? What's the pricing? How it is roasting? Because to get a different feeling for the product and to think about, maybe challenge yourself to get other learning. And if you have tried a coffee with a different view, you maybe think about, okay, why is the tasting of this coffee different to the other coffee, and where is it like that, And also think about pricings. maybe you don't have to drink 10 coffees a day to really cheap ones, but maybe go to a special place where you know there is a high quality product, and maybe you pay a bit more for the coffee, but you know where the coffee is from, you get a name, I mean, it's transparent at the most of the coffee shops, you know, the name of the farm, the name of the farmer, the altitude, the rarity, when it is roasted. So you know that there is someone behind this product, and so you appreciate the coffee even more, and then maybe I hope that you will be able to pay also different money for your cup of coffee at home, or also for the packages.
Yeah, for sure. Should definitely be a step or direction we should all take and think about.
Yeah, it's also about learning, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Challenge the barista, ask him some questions about the coffee, and then you have a different view on the product.
Yeah, it's amazing. I totally agree.
Yeah. Thank you, Max.
You're welcome. All right. Well, I think that's it. It was very interesting. It was great to hear from Guatemala and El Salvador, of course. Thank you so much for stopping by again.
Thank you.
I hope that I can also sometime soon.
Next time you will come with us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Max.
Yeah, I'll take you up on that offer.
Okay. Do that.
All right. Well, thank you. And to everyone at home, I hope you have a great week and drink lots of good coffee. Bye.
Bye.